is the Second King of FNAF and Freddy's, and if you guys can hear me on this fourth channel, then just let me know in the chat so that way I'll be able to respond. So if you guys have anything to say in the chat, then feel free to jump right on in, and we're just about to kind of get started from here. So anyways, before we start on this live stream today, that yes, I am the voice behind Foxy the Pirate Fox, and on Withered Foxy, unfortunately, and Withered Foxy, and all the other Foxy animatronics as well. So, before anybody does want to say anything into the chat, well, hope that you guys are about to enjoy this live stream because we're about to get this thrilled and started. So, if anybody has any questions here on the fourth channel, then I'd say it's about time that we start this right now. So, if you guys can hear me, feel free to let me know so that way I'll be able to respond in the chat. And that way that will be pretty much be easier to do. So feel free again to jump right on in so that way that we'll be able to make videos. So that's all I want to let you guys know about. But anyways, speaking right now, I'm going to go ahead and try to test the volume if you guys could hear what I'm talking about. So let me go ahead and try to turn on the mic and off. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll be able to do so. So give me a second. Alright, well, as I said before, if you guys can hear me, feel free to go ahead and tell me in the chat by hitting yes. By the way, if you guys hit yes, exactly if you guys can hear me, then let me know in the chat. So that way I'll be able to kind of hear the answers by saying is like, yes, we can hear you in the chat. We can definitely be sure to remember, yeah, pretty much, just to hear me in the chat or pretty much hear the audio live stream of whenever you guys can hear me. So there it is. And also, before we do get started in this live stream today, and before we do officially get this started, is that if you guys have not or have heard that I'm the voice behind Foxy the Pirate, I do the voice of Foxy by saying like, "Yo, I'm Foxy the Pirate Fox. Yeah, ha ha ha. It is me, Foxy. I'm Foxy the Pirate Fox." Yeah, so that's pretty much how I do the voice of Foxy exactly. Or pretty much originally, I'd say that, well, the voice behind my own self of doing Foxy is a little hard to do, a little entertaining of it. But like I said, at least I do the voice of Foxy a bit, but at least I try to do it. So that's all I have to say. And for those who definitely enjoy this live stream, then I do want to thank you guys for being here and enjoying this live stream exactly together. So if you guys definitely like the voice how I do, the voice of Foxy and the other Foxy animatronic characters, well then you definitely guys are in luck because, we get to definitely be doing a very interesting long live stream for a while while pretty much doing so. And definitely guaranteed to definitely enjoy this, by the way, of Devin-Foxy FNAF channel. So that's all I want to let you guys know about and just give you guys the heads up, by the way, that we're definitely going to be doing a live stream where I'm going to be just doing my own voice of Foxy and the other Foxy animatronics, which, as you guys can definitely tell in the thumbnail, that is pretty much what we're going to go on about as right now. So that's your guys' questions. And oh yes, before anybody does ask me this question, by the way, is with the YouTube Shorts thing I'm going to be announcing. Well, as I am going to definitely say, is that I'll say already, is that I think it might be announced when I'm actually am ready to make a YouTube short about that, and we'll explain that through exactly and explain it completely through all ahead. That actually does depend, by the way, of knowing when that's going to be assistant or whether that's going to help. But so far, we're just going to have to kind of see what happens and have like the most interesting explanations by going on through that exactly. So I guess at the meantime, we're going to have to kind of figure out exactly and see what happens on to that day. But for now, on exactly on the YouTube short thing on that answer, we're just going to have to kind of wait positively and kind of see what happens and what the entire scenario is going to be like. So if you guys kind of understand what I'm talking about and kind of getting it where I'm actually getting that from, well, it depends. And again, it definitely does depend of knowing when that's going to probably be the only thing talking about and briefly be mentioned. So that is pretty much my answer, and my whole take on that question is we're just going to kind of find out and see what the whole YouTube Shorts is going to be like exactly, of how everything is going to be changed, which, yes, unfortunately, at the end of the day, it is going to be changed with like the FNAF characters, of the plush characters, might be able to get a good feature, might actually be able to get a very good feature of doing YouTube Shorts from now on, exactly, with the characters, like for an example, like Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and all the other characters, includingly all the way at 3, which means I'm referring to like the characters of FNAF originally of 1, 2, 3, well, except not other characters that won't appear on the channel as often as they probably don't appear. I'm just saying is like, if something were to probably happen, I probably would have bring them over here, but unfortunately, as I said, can't probably do that because I don't want to screw up the timeline and don't want to screw up the entire, might likely the timeline itself. So that's probably why I'm trying to like keep myself consistent on most of anything else consistently, of like not letting the characters kind of like get the timeline being ruined. So that is probably why I try my best to kind of like let the timeline stay be the timeline, so that way everything will probably make sense eventually and will make things even a lot more sense. So that's probably why, for safety reasons, that I just want to give you guys the safety reason and the follow-up safety reason to that main question alone, and know why it makes sense. So if you guys understand what I'm talking about, that is the question, and that is what the question we're all actually talking about here, is just that, yes, it is true that I want everybody to understand of, however, that it actually does remain true. So that's all I can tell you guys right now. This is all I can give you guys, the best info now and the info of the news. So if you guys understand what I'm talking about, then like I said, that's the news what I'm talking about here. And that's what I'm briefly am mentioning to that question. So there's you guys' answers, and there's you guys' questions. So as of now, all I can say at this amount of time and amount of the full explanation here is that if you guys do enjoy the interesting update, by the way, then that's your guys' answers. And also, there is going to be a snippet, by the way. There is going to be a revealing snippet, by the way, that there is going to be a revealing snippet of the characters, by the way, of their plush characters are going to come back, which means their plush characters of the Finds a Phrase characters will, like I said, are definitely going to come back and actually will return, by the way, which means in a full amount of good ways and consistent ways that the characters are going to come back, by the way, on the 4th channel of Devin-Foxy's FNAF channel, which means you guys are about to see the characters going to be revealed and the characters are going to come back, which means you guys are about to see the animatronics, the humans of like pretty much 2 security guards and 1 owner of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, which you guys, by the way, are about to get something very special and very interesting, legendary, for seeing the characters to make a return, which means all the characters that I'm including are definitely going to come back. And it also does mean, by the way, that yes, the characters are going to come back on the 4th channel, which means it's going to be very, very good news that it's definitely going to work and definitely come back. So if you guys want to see the good news, then you guys are about to see a thumbnail, but all the characters will come back, and it will definitely actually be a go and see how all the characters are going to make all their returns exactly, which means that all the characters of the animatronics of like 1st to 3 that you guys are about to see is definitely going to be the best comeback in the century for the longest, and I mean absolutely the longest time yet to be ever seen. So if you guys are excited to see the FNAF characters of the FNAF plush characters and non-FNAF plush characters to make a very good return, it means that they'll come back, and it means that they'll return, and once they do, you guys are about to see them coming back and will definitely get to return. And of course, like I said before, it's all going to be good news, and it's all going to be the very interesting, good income, by the way, of the best news of all. So if you guys are ready to see it, then it's about the time to say that we're all going to say, by the way, is who's ready for Freddy Fazbear's Pizza? Or should I say, who's ready for Freddy Yeah, like everyone all knows how everybody goes by saying it's like, who's ready for Freddy Fazbear? And everybody all says, we do. Like, it's going to be very interesting, by the way. Like, it's going to be very interesting that I'm going to make a very good entrance, by the way, of saying this Who's Ready for Freddy Fazbear in my own voice, by the way, that all the characters, as I said, are going to be mentioned, that their plush characters, like I said, of their plush selves, are definitely going to come back on the channel. And I will say this, fortunately, as I'll say anyway, it depends on when things are ready and when things are about to get on a go. It means you guys are about to see the characters will, and I seriously mean, will get to make a very good return and a comeback. So if you guys are ready, then that's your answer. That the characters will come back in their plush versions as yet ever to be and before. So that's all I have to say in this live stream. So if you guys are looking forward to see that, then that's your question, and there's your answer. For most of everyone else, that I'd say that yeah, it's going to be a very, very interesting video. By the way, it's going to be a very interesting video where you guys are about to see something very, very good. Like, very legend. Like the most legend of all, and the most very legend thing that you guys are about to witness and will see for the first time ever, that all the characters are definitely going to come back on the fourth channel, by the way, that I'm only referring to Five Nights at Freddy's. So if you guys are ready to see the animatronics in full swing by actually seeing the first characters, the second, and finally the third, which means you're about to see the characters in full swing and will come back. So if you guys are ready for something amazing, then yes, it's going to definitely come true and it's going to be amazing, where the entire announcements are going to be revealed on the YouTube shorts that will be mentioned. And of course, as whatever I'll say are definitely going to be mentioned throughout and likely in the live stream and of course in the video. So that's all I can tell you guys already, and that's all I can mention otherwise. So if you guys feel free to definitely jump right on into the live stream, then yes, feel free again to hop on in and join right in this live stream as we definitely talk and mention as anything that comes around forward. So if you guys are ready, then we're definitely ready. So, as of now, thank you. And I want to say this message has been brought to you by, here on this live stream, by me, Devin-Foxy, remastered again. So, that's all I want to tell you guys already. Or should I say, oh yeah, I meant Golden Devin-Foxy Remastered. Sorry. Meant to say, this message has been brought to you by me, Golden Devin-Foxy Remastered here. And I hope that you guys enjoy this video and enjoy this excitement. So as of now, it is time to end this live stream. And I want to say is thank you for definitely enjoying this live stream as I say this message and give you guys the full context of the message that is definitely about to be received on the fourth channel, that yes, the characters will definitely come back in their plush forms, which means that they're definitely going to return back here on this channel and will definitely come back. So if you guys are ready to see them, it's going to definitely be happening sometime soon and sometime whenever it's ready for the characters to come back. And of course, the thumbnail would definitely be explained, as the thumbnail will, and I seriously mean will, definitely be screenshotted by all the characters that are coming back from the previous characters from 1, 2, and 3, that they're only going to come back, and most likely from the games, that yes, it is definitely going to be, fortunately, all the good news and will definitely happen. So, as that being said, and truly to be said here, I will be sure to see you guys absolutely in the next video. And remember, as always, please be sure to give this video as a like and comment and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified. And also remember this, by the way, it is true that I do voice the characters of the Foxy animatronics and voice the Foxy characters of the characters from 1 all the way down to the very end, that I do voice Foxy, my main favorite character, that I always will and definitely will voice the characters of Foxy and the other Foxy animatronics that I do voice, and of course the other characters as well that I definitely so-called do the voices of the other characters. But for now, as I can say anyways, there's your guys' message, and the message has been definitely been received. As I said before, new updates and new information stuff are definitely going to happen on the fourth channel, as like I said, to be claimed that they're definitely going to be true, 100% true, but not always true, but 100% highly true to say at the percentage of it is definitely going to happen. So if you guys want to see all the best news of my fourth channel, then yet again, please subscribe to this channel so that way that we'll keep on going and going and get more subscribers on the fourth channel, because the fourth channel really deserves to get more subscribers than ever. So if you guys can help us out, it would be very much likely the best amazing news and very amazing we can ever give by any chances. We might actually thank everybody for appreciations as always and says, you know, thank you. And very much again, definitely thank you. So if you guys want to help us out, it would be very much likely the best time ever to say is go on and subscribe. That would be totally amazing and be very good job. So please again subscribe. That would be very true and amazing as regardless. Thank you. Anyways, that being said, see you guys later. See you guys next time. And this is Golden Devin-Foxy remastered here and speaking that yes, it is definitely still going to be my name, Golden Devin-Foxy remastered speaking. And I will say this as fall likely to say is thank you. See you guys later. Goodbye. See you guys next time. Thank you for watching and see you guys absolutely in the next video, and yet maybe a live stream or something like that, but who knows. Anyway, that being said, thank you, goodbye, and see you later. Oh, hold on a sec. Give me a minute. I pretty much know how to do this.